All right. So it's hard to see with all this to fit everything here, but I turned on all the evening session profiles because I was interested in this low, which is right around 7,700. We were trading down here, and I wanted to see if we reject that low and then keep going lower. But let me turn it off for a second so that we can see that we're now trading inside the spike for this session. And like I've been saying for a couple weeks, we have these two big back-to-back spikes with gaps, with single prints. Now we just cleaned up all the single prints in this session with the drop this morning. And if we keep going, usually when you start trading inside of a spike, what happens is that the whole spike gets tested, right? The bottom of the spike gets tested. We have this delta imbalance here at 58 that coincides with the 20 moving average. So that's an area that I'm going to be watching if we make another leg down. And then if we lose that, of course, we fill the gap, which fills at 76.38. And then we have this little pocket of volume here around July's high. We have this point of control, and then in this session we have three more sets of single prints, and then more delta imbalances here, the 50 moving average, and another gap below. So we still have plenty of structure to clean up. But having said that, if you look at today's expected move for what the option market is pricing right now, we are pricing about 40 points. That's it, 40 points. So 40 points from here would be a move back into yesterday's value. Could be that we sweep through the whole value area. And on the downside, somewhere around the low of the spike, right? And then that could extend to the gap fill. So kind of hard to tell at the moment what this market's gonna do. Well, actually, it's not hard. It's impossible to tell what the market's gonna do. All we can do is guess. And what the market is telling us is that the market's not happy after yesterday's up move. It negated the whole thing, made new lows. And now we have to see what happens at the open. The things that we are seeing right now is that, for example, volatility is now coming down after that spike. So that's 1 point for the bulls. The second thing is that inventories more or less 75% long, short, I would say. I'm just eyeing it, right? Like maybe 75%, maybe 70% long, short. So correction of inventory should bring us to the gap fill until yesterday's close. But if you can see that at the open we failed to hold above the open, and then I would say that we can see another leg down. We're kind of extended now. VWAP is at full session. VWAP is at 77.15, so that's close to that low here, to the gap. So even if we move back to retest VWAP, we're still gonna be just short of that gap fill. So let's see what happens at the open. Watch the opening range, and then that's gonna give us a clue of where this market is going to attempt to go. So far, I would be inclined to sell in the rips unless we have a very bullish open and then we reclaim VWAP and then hold above all the VWAPs. I watched the full session VWAP, which right now is at right here 77.15. I also watched the midnight anchored VWAP, which right now is at 77.09, so just below that. And then the RTH VWAP, which is gonna be trading based off what happens at the open. So those are gonna give us a clue once this market opens. Again, you know, I mentioned that the levels here. NQ yesterday was giving us some early clues of this market not being happy, because if you look at ES had a bullish move, fill the gap, but in Q, look at this, couldn't make a new high, couldn't even, you know, just couldn't even make a new high, and then made new lows. ES didn't, so that was a little bit of a clue yesterday. Let's see where NQ is comparing in comparison to that gap. So there's a big gap here, and the gap fills right here at 28,964 for NQ. So we could see we might see a gap fill today for NQ. I don't know. We'll see. Some more news from with Iran. It looks like things are not getting any better. So oil made another breakout higher. And remember, I've been talking about this 88.5 area, or the 90-day point of control is. Looks like we're getting close to that. Gold had a very bullish day yesterday. Look at this massive move, traded through the whole distribution, broke above and held above that breakout, and now it's holding above the 200 moving average. But if gold does something similar to what this market is doing, the indices are doing, I would watch that weekly VWAP and that 4,500. If we lose that, we should target 46.75, and then below 44.60, which this is a minor support there, then I would target that 20-day point of control at 44.50. What else? We have some economic releases at 10, 10:30, at 11:10. There's some Fed speaking, 4-week yield auction, bill auction at 11:30, and 30-year tip high yield at 1 p.m. All right. Good luck.